One thing I'm not doing is reaching out to a man. Not doing it. So sorry. Not happening over here. Do I believe that? I don't. I don't. Red flag, bitch. Red flag. All of a sudden, I'm giving red flags. Say what now? I'm the red flag? Oh. Okay, yeah. And I'm Boo Boo the Fool. Stalker ass, cookies ass, social media. I started getting a lot of content about go ghost, let it go, glow up, do all this. And I didn't want to read that. Not first thing in the morning. Okay, at least it's one of my friends. I thought it was a man. I was about to say, it's too early for y'all shenanigans. Men are okay? That's a quote, baby. Put that up here. Put that up here, girl. Editing girl. Put that up here. Or editing girl is me. I'm acting like I got a team. It's over. Good morning, my little love bugs. Or evening, or whatever time it is for you. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Christiana, and welcome to the channel. And you're probably here because you want to get the tea. Like, yeah, we broke up, and you're like, girl, I don't even know you. It's like, whatever, but I'm just curious to see what you got to say, because you seem like a fool. I am very much a fool, but I wanted to get into this conversation today because, one, this is my little piece of the internet, and I am documenting everything that goes on in my life as best as I can. I know I've been very slow with the videos, but it's because I literally just feel like I never have a chance to sit down and film. I don't know. I need to get my life together. I have too many things going on, and just finding time to sit down and talk to the camera has been a struggle. So the reason that you get me while I'm putting a face on is because that is one time a day that is for me. I sit down, I take my time when I do these videos. When I'm not doing these videos, it takes me like 10 to 15 minutes to do my face, but that is 10 to 15 minutes that I have for myself no matter what, uninterrupted. I get myself together. I make myself not look tired, okay? Because baby girl is tired over here. We are doing like 50 bajillion things to make our ends meet. I signed up for that. I have a video, I'll pop it up here, about quitting my job, and honestly, no matter how much I struggle, no matter how much I feel like, oh my gosh, my finances, I have no regrets about that decision because it has been the best thing for me physically, mentally, spiritually, and right now is the storm, but the sun is going to come out. The rainbow is going to reveal itself, and the sun's going to come out, and it will all be worth it. So I'm fighting a good fight right now, but that's not what we're here for today, girl, is it? We're here to talk about this man situation. We're here to talk about breaking up, and no, it's not one of those videos, go ghost. You know, all those videos that are out there right now that are just like, go ghost, and what's the other really big catchphrase? Girl, it's glow up, and how to glow up your life, how to start over. No, boo-boo, we not doing that over here. We keeping it real. We're talking about breaking up. We're talking about the myriad of emotions that follow that, and we're talking about remembering who the fuck we are, okay? Remembering who the fuck I am. That is the phase that I'm in now, but I'm gonna give you guys a little synopsis of everything that leading up to that, because it was a journey, okay? And everything that I talk about on this channel can apply to anyone, but baby, I'm a Black trans queen, so this is for my trans girlies, especially because we have different trauma to overcome in dealing with anything in life, but specifically relationships. We have lots of just issues, okay? Lots of issues with ourselves in terms of self-love, in terms of just how we move and interact in relationships. So that's my vantage point. I'm here to provide my experiences for other trans girlies that need it. And, you know, I think that for me, when I was first coming of and looking for other girlies, like looking for a tribe, looking for other people that were talking about experiences that I may be going through. I felt like I couldn't find that just girly like me. Like, I'm not out here like projecting hyper confidence and, you know, hypersexuality and things like that. Like, I just felt like a regular girl that's just trying to navigate life and all the bullshit that comes with it. Okay, so if you are that girl, you're just looking for someone commented, I'm gonna pop it up here in one of my other videos. Shout out to her. She commented that I was a breath of fresh air. That's what I hope that I am in these videos, because I don't feel that I'm like anyone else, but specifically speaking in terms of trans women, like, I feel like I just am here living my truth, telling you about my regular experiences, and hopefully you're enjoying it. You're enjoying it. We're building a small little community, y'all. We're working, we're inching our way up a little bit at a time. And honestly, I'd rather grow my community that way than have some kind of viral moment, because I want the people who are here to be here. And it seems like people are sticking around. I mean, every so often when I post a new video, sometimes I'll have some people unsubscribe. They were like, oh shit, I didn't know that she was that kind of girl. Fine, bye. Doors that way if I'm not your cup of tea. But for anyone who's here, thank you so much. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna get into the tea. Okay. Let's get into it. So, face is prepped, but I need to do my under eye stuff. For anyone that is a product girly, all the links for everything that I've used on my face leading up to this point and for this makeup routine will be down below. It will not be the focal point of this video. I will be talking about the man situation, but if you're just curious about the products, links down below. Some of them are affiliate links. I will have a link to this site. I'm gonna pop up a screenshot, which is a place that I curate a lot of products and things that I use. So you can go there, you can see my little blurbs and things that I'm talking about as far as the products. But I also have Amazon links down below if you are an Amazon girly and you prefer to just purchase it directly from, you know, Amazon, because you can get it quicker. So it just depends. If you go to Benable, it will a lot of times link you directly to the retailer. The links down below in the description box will take you to Amazon, okay? Get that out the way. Yes, so we broke up, girl. And if you've been around, then you know that the past 6 months, videos have had I've mentioned a boyfriend, or I've mentioned a man, I've mentioned someone that I'm dating, I've mentioned a relationship. Even in one of my last videos, I mentioned how we were in love. And as a Pisces girly, when I say I'm in love, I actually am in love, or what I think to be love, right? Like, I don't say shit and not mean it. We are those girls. We are those passionate girls. Like, we don't play. When we get into a relationship, baby, we give you our whole entire mind, body, soul, spirit. And we can sit here and tussle back and forth all day long as to whether that is the best approach or not in dating, but it's who I am. So no tussle here. It's what I'm gonna do, because that's who I am. I'm an extremely passionate person. I know that when I am feeling something for someone, I like someone, I'm gonna go for it. I think for so long, trans girl perspective, I think for so long in my life, I didn't have the opportunity to just express myself, be unfiltered, be unapologetically myself. So I think that when you finally arrive and you get to a place where it's just like, yeah, I'm that girl. You can't tell me. I know who I am. I'm that girl, period. That's it. Like, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. And sometimes it pays off. Sometimes you know, reap the benefits of being that way. And sometimes lessons are learned. This is a lesson learned experience, because this was a whirlwind, okay? So let me rewind back and give you a little insight as to how we met, a little synopsis of the relationship, and more importantly, the breakup and how everything has been transpiring and where we are today. Okay, this may be a series. Like, I may talk about re-entering the dating world and my experiences with that. If you're interested in that, comment down below and let me know that you want to see me navigate the dating world, because girl, it's been interesting to say the least back out here with this learning experience. My video about dating as a trans woman has really been popping off lately, and I think that the girls really enjoy hearing about these experiences. So you know what? This may be a series, but you know what? I also say something's gonna be a series and then never give you any videos. So we're not gonna claim anything. We're just going to let me know down below what you want, and I'm gonna try and give you what you want, okay? But anyway, yeah, so I linked with this man, dating app. I know, girl. I know some of y'all gonna be like, issue number one, like, dating app, girl, are you out your mind? But let me talk about it real quick. So when you are a trans girl, right? A trans girl, and you know, I know there's a lot of sensitivity around the term and the term and everything that comes with passability. We'll maybe get into that in another video. Passability, for anyone that, if you're here, girl, you know what passability is, but I'll explain it in case you're here and somehow are unsure what that terminology means. But basically, passability is a trans person. I'm speaking from a trans woman's perspective. Everything, I don't mean to be like, so like, girl, trans woman, hyper focused, but it's who I am, and that's the vantage point that I'm coming from. So I'm not acknowledging other trans experiences. I just am speaking from my vantage point as a trans woman. So as far as passability when it comes to trans women, it's your ability to convince people in your everyday life in the world, when you're moving in the world, that you are cisgender. And I don't necessarily think it's a convince. It's people, when they see how you move, how you present yourself, they don't clock that you are a trans woman. So, you know, oftentimes passability sometimes is something that trans women aspire to have, because, you know, it's for anything, for peace of mind, for safety, for just self-satisfaction, whatever it is, whatever floats your boat. We can sit here and tussle back and forth about whether it's right, wrong, whatever. I'm not here to tussle about it, because I say do you, I mind my business and do me. And you know, for me, passability can be gratifying, but for me, in my trans experience, it's been about me being the girl that I always mentally have been. So in terms of how I present myself, like the choices that I make for, you know, my aesthetic, my body, have to do with my vision, not what society likes. Now, if the two intersect, great, wonderful. They are intersecting because your girl gets lots of love out here, okay? And I think for all intents and purposes, I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be someone that's gonna be like, girl, you're not passable, like, I would clock you. Great, good for you. But we're talking about, as far as the masses, I'm talking about as far as my everyday experience, it's passable. Like, I'm passable. No one, unless I overtly tell someone that I'm trans, people don't know that I'm a trans woman. So just giving that context. Why, I don't know, but I don't know how I got into that, but let's get back to the man. So, met him on a dating app. If you want to know which dating app, and specifically, if you're a trans woman, you're familiar with Tammy. That is where I met him. And the story is funny because I actually was going on the app that day to delete it. I was like, baby girl, it's time to get up off the apps. We're going to just let nature take its course. We're going to just meet our next man organically, right? So I was going on there to delete the app, and homeboy pops up as You know, sometimes when you open the app, I'm so scared I'm gonna get this on my sweatshirt. And baby, I've had this sweatshirt for a long time, but it's one of my favorite sweatshirts and I don't want to mess it up. So let me concentrate and I'll come back. One sec. Okay, one thing about me, baby, we're gonna put some sun protection on this neck as well. I don't know if y'all play with y'all's necks like that, but I don't. So I'm gonna put this sunscreen, tinted sunscreen on my neck. Also, it just makes the look more cohesive. Like, baby girl will have her whole face done up and forget the neck, and I'll just be like, girl, you should have put a little something on the neck, because it's giving two vastly different shades. I go a little darker on my neck just for the shadows of it all. Like, obviously your neck is something that you want to, it should be darker just based on the shadows. So I go a shade darker with my tinted sunscreen on my neck. Just a little tip. I would say pro tip, but girl, ain't nothing pro about how I apply this makeup. Like, a makeup artist would probably be mortified at looking at how I apply my makeup. But anyway, so I was going on the app to delete it, and the screen with the scrolling portion or the matching portion popped up, and he was the picture that popped up, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I know I was coming on here to delete, but let me go ahead and like this man real quick and see what's good, what's tea. Liked him and we matched, and I was like, oh, great. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I match with a lot of guys, so it's just like, okay, that's not a big deal, whatever. A lot of times they're gonna be mute. One thing I'm not doing is reaching out to a man. Not doing it. So sorry, not happening over here. I don't care if that's like old school, antiquated mindset, but as a woman, as an alluring woman, you, the man, need to approach me. You need to initiate conversation, because to me, that speaks to your ability to lead. That speaks to your ability to have confidence. It just speaks to the character of the kind of man that I want to be with. I want to be with someone who can initiate a conversation, okay? I don't want someone who's just chill and laying in the cut. Like, a chill man is probably, honestly, what I need, but here I am looking for the man that's going to really be an initiator, right? I don't think anything's toxic about being an initiator. I think what's toxic is being arrogant, being egotistical. That's one way to get your ass unliked, unfollowed, unliked. Bye. See ya. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, great, we connected, whoop-de-doo, like he's probably not gonna say anything, and I gave him a time limit. I was like, well, I'm still planning to delete this app, but I said, because I connected with him, I'm gonna give him 24 hours to reach out to me, to initiate a conversation. If he does, great, we'll have the conversation and we'll see where things go. If not, then c'est la vie. I'm gonna delete this app and keep it pushing, okay? He reaches out to me right away, and our conversation is very nice. We have a nice conversation. He can string together words in complete sentences. I understand what he's saying. Like, he seems really just like regular, normal guy, but also just like there's a silent confidence about him in terms of just like how he is. And I clearly don't have this mirror set up right, because I'm like hunched over trying to see my face. Let me see if I can move this mirror a little bit. One sec. Okay, better. So yeah, I love the subtle confidence that was, as a woman, when you are talking to a man, there's certain things that they say or do that can either project toxic masculinity or confidence. And there's a very thin line. I was getting confidence, not toxic masculinity. At any rate, he was very quickly was like, can you get my number? Because he wanted to continue the conversation like outside of the app, right? Which I'm always down for. Hold on, let me see if I can move this down a little bit better. Okay. I'm always down to get about the app, because the app is irritating and drains my battery. It's like a 50 bajillion. I get a lot of connections, and I don't have time. Like, I just want to hone in and focus on the people that I'm interested in, not all these other and it just gets overwhelming. So I love to take it off the app once I've had a conversation and realize you're not crazy and going to do crazy things on my phone. Then I like to take it out the app. Okay, so I took it out the app, conversation continued, blah, 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 blah. Great. We talk for a few weeks. We link up, we go on our first date. I've talked about the first date in previous videos, but the first date was, I had the option of doing something either, you know, more formal or fun. I picked fun because I'm a fun girl. Like, I don't want to sit down and like have a stiff ass dinner with you. I want to do an activity. I want to see like how you move when doing an activity, right? Like, I don't know, that's just where I'm at in life. Like, the thing with me and dating is that it doesn't need to be conventional. Like, I think that's one of the things we're gonna get into a little bit later in this video, is that make your own rules, okay? Okay. But anyway, we go on a fun date. It's Dave and Buster's. Had a great time. Chemistry was off the radars, and yeah, we had ourselves a good time. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. PC, my mom follows my channel and may watch my videos, but read between the lines, girl. Yeah, we had a good time. So did that, and pretty shortly after, we stayed in contact and decided that let's take a run. Let's take a go at it, right? Pretty quick, which is gonna be lesson number 1 when we get to lessons learned, okay? But we pretty quickly got into a relationship, and it was very, very intense. Like, lots of things said, lots of emotions expressed. It just seemed as if we were soulmates. We were meant to connect with one another. We were meant to be together. Like, it was meant to be. Like, wow, this is the man I've been looking for all my life. It just feels so perfect. And yeah, it quickly dissipated from that to being a struggle relationship, at least from my end. I talked about in this video how I am anxious avoidant. I do have some avoidant characteristics, but I've realized that the avoidant attachment style was rooted a lot in just insecurity about my identity. So I have to say that I'm more anxious leaning as far as attachment style, but I do have some avoidant characteristics as well. And there are anxious avoidant people like me. If you want to know more about that, check that video out, because she's not getting a lot of love because, you know, it's not necessarily something that's, I've realized my audience wants you all want the trans content. You want the trans content, and I'm here to give you the trans content, but I got a lot of other things in my arsenal as well, and I want you all to experience those things as well. So check those videos out and give those videos some love too, because some of those things do apply to my trans girlies, okay? That one in particular, please check it out, okay? But anyway, I have more of an anxious attachment style in my relationships, and I did not pick up right away that he was avoidant. So right away, 2 very vastly different needs, right? I need a lot of reassurance. I need a lot of connection. I need to know. And me as a Pisces girly too, I'm giving you my all. I need to feel some of that in return as well. And I was getting 0. Like, every so often a call, some words that would like kind of get me back on path. But for the most part, girl, I was not getting anything. This man couldn't even find time for me. He's so busy. He works like a lunatic, and then he has to balance like his family, his friends, and red flag. I am not a priority at all. I'm not a priority at all. Even though the words that were coming out of his mouth was that I meant the world to him and but the actions did not follow. He never could find the time for me, right? So I'm just like confused, but I try to ignore my confusion, because I think a lot of cisgender women can say, you know, growing up, you know, as a girl, you're kind of taught to not question. Like, I think a lot of times when you are a female in the dating space and you are not being treated the way that you want to be treated by a man, and I'm talking about heterosexual relationships. I know sexuality comes in all different shapes and sizes, but unfortunately for me, I mean, I would consider myself queer because I leave myself open to the possibilities, but unfortunately, it's only been men that does it for me. So that makes me hetero, unfortunately. But yes, I'm talking about a hetero dynamic. I mean, this dynamic can apply to other types of relationships, but specifically, you know, the way in which women are taught to not really question. It's like, no girl, you overthinking, you're doing too much. Like, that man, if he's telling you he loves you, right? Don't question it. But I'm very proud of my girls because we're getting to a place now where it's just like, but no, because he's not showing me. He's not showing me, and I'm gonna question, right? So I think over time, it took me a while to find my voice, but over time, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and my friends, shout out to my friends who I had conversations with about my feelings and things like that. They were like, red flag, bitch, red flag. But also we're like, but we're not here to tell you what to do. Like, you gotta, you know, I'm here to support you. Just know we always will be on your side. Like, I know that you love this man, and, you know, if you all are together, then we're happy for you. But also, like, girl, it's giving red flags, and just send us the signal as to when you're ready for us to drag this man, because he's on some fuck shit, okay? He's on some fuck shit. So yeah, it just took me a little time to find my voice, but when I found my voice, I made my voice known. I made my voice known in terms of what it is that I am feeling like we're not getting in this relationship. And I was like, the connection is dissipating for me because we're not spending time together. And I was like, yes, you know, if we are making a commitment that, you know, this relationship is something that we both want, and that I'm the one, you're telling me I'm the one, I'm telling you you're the one. So it's like, okay, we have no worries about each other going anywhere. But at the same time, where is the connection? Like, I just feel like you are some man that I'm ranting and raving about that I never see, that I don't feel a sense of connection with because you just don't make any time for me, and it's not working for me. Like, you're gonna have to carve out some time. If it's just an hour a week of just chilling, eating, you have to eat, right? At some point you have to eat. Let's find a time, you know, weekly to eat. Another learning lesson, right? So ultimately, as I pushed, I got a lot of pushback to the point where he eventually decided, like, our last conversation and when we broke up, it was just like, I'm talking, I'm pushing, I'm telling him how I feel. He's telling me that he needs space. He's asked for the space. I'm not giving him the space. I'm not respecting him. And all of this shit starts coming out in terms of like how he felt like I was giving off red flags and da-da-da-da. All this shit that he's never said before. All of a sudden I'm giving red flags. Say what now? I'm the red flag? Okay. So we started dancing around, this needs to be over. And once you throw that out into the universe, it doesn't matter which person throws it out into the universe. In this particular case, he did, asking me like, should we go our separate ways? What are you asking me for? You threw that out into the universe, it's over. It's over. I was like, it sounds like you've already made your decision. So what is my answer gonna do? If I say no, then what? Does that change the fact that you are ready for this? You're ready to move on? You're ready for me to not demand a morsel of your time? Is that gonna change that if I say no? It's not. So I'm good, love. Let's just go ahead and end this, right? So that's the synopsis. I mean, there were plenty of other things. There was a break at some point. Mind you, we were in a relationship for 6 months, and there was a 1.5 month break in there where his life was so overwhelming that he needed a break. Not a breakup, just a break. Mind you, I caught this man on the dating app during this break, although he claims that he went on there because he just was having not a great day and was looking for some attention and validation. He went to read messages, but did not engage in any of the messages. Okay, yeah, and I'm Boo Boo the Fool, but I wanted to believe that this man would not lie to me, and I loved him. I was very emotionally connected with him, so I chose to believe him. Sitting here now, do I believe that shit? I don't, but we'll never know, and I'm not spending any more brain power on dissecting his actions or what he did. I'm making my content on it at this point, okay? But we don't care about him. We don't care about his actions or his intent. We care about me and who the fuck I am, okay? And that's that. So that is the relationship summed up. Now let's talk about what we learned from the relationship. 1, I moved way too quickly. And that is a me issue. I can only move as quickly as I allow myself to move. No man can convince me, or no man should be able to convince me to move quicker than I need to, right? I should not. No man should be like, oh my gosh, I love you. We should really give this a whirl. And I should be like, yeah, let's do it. When I don't feel like I know you well enough to open up me and everything that I have to offer to you, right? I think that is a huge mistake that I'm just going to say girlies, but just know that this is an inclusive conversation. But that is a big mistake that the girlies make, okay? I think that, I don't know for sure if this is what happened to me. It's a possibility, but I'm not sure. But I think that it was clear that I really was looking for a companion, and sometimes you can be taken advantage of. If a man sees that you are, for a lack of a better term, thirsty for the companionship, then you can make yourself a target. Now, I'm not telling you not to be vulnerable. I'm not telling you not to put yourself out there and your intent. I'm telling you to be careful with your openness, because if you're open, sometimes men feel like, great, I can manipulate this situation and get her obsessed with me, right? So be choosy with your vulnerability, okay? You have to have some kind of rubric, some kind of standard as to how you're going to open up to these men, and not just give them a freebie just because they exist, are attractive, and smile at you, that you should just open up your entire world and life to them. Because what else do you have to offer? I'm giving a very light lash look today. Okay. Girl, we got the face done and we're not even done with the conversation. But yeah, so you have to be choosy with your vulnerability. Like how you open up. Not first thing in the morning. Oh, okay, it's at least it's one of my friends. I thought it was a man. I was about to say, it's too early for y'all shenanigans. I love this lip tint stuff. This is if you've been on TikTok, girl, you know about Coffee. The Coffee lip tint. This is the shade. What shade is this? Rose. This is what I do in my lips. Yeah, so we're still talking about lessons learned, right? So move way too quickly. First issue. Second issue, intimate too soon. So if this is going to be a hot topic, and you may want to tussle down below in the comments, but I do believe that intimacy too soon can fuck up a relationship, okay? It really can. Like, if you're intimate with someone really quickly, I think that it can set a precedence as to what you're offering, right? If you're offering intimacy early, then that's kind of what you're leading with. You're not really leading with, like that. I'm my body is a temple, and I want to build something serious up with this. You're leading with, I got the goods and I'm ready to give them up, right? So I think when it comes to intimacy, you have to be very careful. Now, I'm not telling you that if you sleep with a man on the first date that nothing serious can come of it. I'm telling you that it sets a precedence, and you may have to go back and have a process and have a conversation about it. And every relationship is different, and everyone finds the path and embarks on the journey differently. So there is no one size fits all. You could sleep with a man on the first date and he could be your soulmate and you could be together forever, build a beautiful life. But oftentimes when you sleep with a man early in your connection, it definitely does throw things, it sets a precedence. I'm going to leave it at that, okay. And those are some of the immediate things that popped into my head after the relationship didn't work out. And baby, as a Pisces woman, I was going through it immediately after this breakup. Like, I felt so much remorse about feeling like I just let the relationship go. I really wanted it back. I cried. I'm a Pisces girl, so I created playlists. Just being like, F him. But I created playlists having hope that, he would see that I'm the one for him. Shout out to Victoria Monet. I'm the one. I love that song. But yeah, girl, we went through it. And all this content, like stalker ass, cookies ass, social media, I started getting a lot of content about go ghost, let it go, glow up, do all this. And I didn't want to read that shit. I really did not care about letting go, going ghost, letting go of the situation. I still was very much attached to this man because I'd been intimate with him. I had expressed all of these feelings. And one thing about me, I don't say things that I don't mean. So if I'm saying it to you, I mean it. And sometimes that's not the case with other people, I've learned. I've learned, girl, that sometimes people lie. Yeah, I know at this big age, I'm almost 40, and I'm just learning that men are fucking liars, okay? Yeah. They're just trying to get what they want to get. And do I know if this man was lying to me all of his times that he loved me, that if I'm the one and never leave him, were these manipulation tactics, or was he telling the truth? It could go either way. He could have been telling the truth and he just really has mental issues and really needs to sit down with a therapist, which he 1000% refuses to do. Red flag. Red flag on the play. Throw in the red flag on the play, because any person that tells you directly that I'm not going to a therapist, I don't want to see a therapist, they're telling you without saying it, I don't think anything's wrong with me, and the way in which I'm processing and handling this situation is the correct way. So if I tell you I need space and that's how I handle it, that's what your obedient ass should do. Give me the space. That is what my experience was. I am fucked up in the head. This is me being him. I am fucked up in the head. My situation, everything that's going on in my life is a mess, and I need to fix that, and I need the space to do that. Never once did this man ever ask me what was going on in my life. I would tell him all the time. I was just like, things happen in life. Like, we're all going through a lot of shit that we just have to deal with. I am a Black trans woman. My entire existence right now is threatening to idiots. So me just getting up, getting dressed, and going out into this world is traumatic. And you are having such a hard time with everything that's going on in your life. Not saying that some of the things that he was going through wasn't hard or traumatic, but at the same time, you are discounting my experiences. And as your girlfriend, you don't care about what's going on with me? I played myself, y'all. I really did. In hindsight, I'm just like, girl, you deserve so much better. But at the time, that was my man. That was my soulmate. That's who I thought I should be with. So after weeks of crying at the drop of a dime and just little things reminding me, having the urge to text him, I finally am here, remembering who the fuck I am. I'll pop up this little image right here personifies where I am right now. Remembering who the fuck I am. I really am. I really do realize that I'm that girl. I have so many things to offer to the right man. The man that's going to appreciate me and everything that I bring to the table. It clicks. And Pisces girls, clock in. When you're done, you're done. There's no turning back. Alexa, play Skirt Hurt. No Redemption. Okay? By Isla. That is my song. Baby, once it's done, it's done. It's done. This man could call me today and I'm good, love. Enjoy your life. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be mean to him or anything. Like, because I'm not a cruel, like, I understand that people just, one thing about me, I'm going to be empathetic, okay? I'm always going to understand that people are fucked up and do fucked up things. That's a quote, baby. Put that up here. Put that up here, girl. Editing girl. Put that up here. Or editing girl is me. I'm acting like I got a team. But, yeah. Whatever I just said, that was genius. Because I'm cracked out on caffeine right now. I don't even remember what I just said, but it was genius. So I'm glad I captured that on camera. And that I put the little quote up there. Because that was a genius quote. That was a genius moment. So, girl, don't let these men just, don't let anyone diminish your shine. I was shrinking myself. And it's funny because I am a psychology major. I am a very smart girl. I'm very self-aware. I understand everything as far as relationship dynamics, and always said I would never shrink myself in a relationship. I would never do that. I'm a strong woman. I would stand up for myself, and I got into a relationship and I diminished my shine for a man. It happens, y'all. First of all, give yourself some grace, okay? Don't blame yourself. I did that for a while. My friends know, in the group chats, baby, I was just like, it's me, like, I'm the problem, blah, 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 blah. Like, I shouldn't have done these things. And my friend said, girl, shut the fuck up. Like, you are not the problem in this situation, okay? Like, yes, you have to take ownership of the decisions that you make in navigating relationships. So you can't put it all on the other person, because at the end of the day, you are a willing participant in the BS. So you have to take some ownership too. You have to remember, you have to say, like, girl, I did allow this man to treat me like this. Why did I allow this man to treat me like this? That is the next step. Doing the work to not overanalyze the situation, because I don't want you to think about every single incident and pick it apart and pick yourself apart, but just think about the situation as a whole. What kind of things are you allowing other people to do to you? What did you allow? How did you allow yourself to be treated? Why did you allow yourself to be treated? Baby, I've been journaling. I've been doing the work to really get to the root of what it is. And for me, and maybe a lot of trans women have this experience, for me, it felt so amazing for someone to choose me, for them to say the things that I've always wanted to hear, and to feel some semblance of normalcy in a relationship where this man's choosing me, he wants to build a life with me, he wants to build a family with me, that I was immediately hook, line, sinker. Like, he could say, do anything. I was like, he's speaking to my soul. So to me, I had to sit down and I had to unpack why I wanted to hear those things so much. Is it because those are things that I actually want? For me, I've realized that I don't know why I wanted those things. Did I want those things because that's what society is telling me as a almost 40-year-old woman that you should want? Kinda was, honestly. I always have given off, my family, I've always given off rich auntie bougie vibes. Like, so me wanting to build the traditional family, like have my alcoholic husband that works 7 days a week, 365 days a year, like be semi-present while I take care of the kids and talk about how my life ended up like this. Is that what I really wanted? No. So why was I fighting for that so hard? Why was I fighting for that so hard? And that is what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to leave you with that. You have to remember who the fuck you are. And that is such an encompassing phrase because it has a very, very vast meaning. It means you need to remember who you are. You need to remember what you want out of this life. It means you need to remember that you are that girl. So no matter what you want, you always deserve to be respected. Okay? Like, it means a lot. It means a lot. It means you need to stay connected with you. It means you need to always lead with self-love and self-respect. And it also means that you need to know that nobody can get over on you and play you because you're that girl and you deserve the world, okay? All right. I love you all so much. I don't know how much I stayed on topic on this. Y'all know. Y'all know I'm your fave chaotic girl. I'm your fave chaotic girl. You know, I'm always going to just ramble, but hopefully there's some nuggets in there. Hopefully you enjoyed me talking about this situation. And I'm going to keep these coming. I'm going to keep talking about just like the process of uncoupling with someone in re-entering the dating world and my dating world experiences. Like, I always will tell you all, like, just how I deal with situations. That's what I like to do on here, okay? And hopefully people find it interesting and can relate to some of these things and we can start a conversation. I love chatting with y'all, so comment down below anything that you may have taken from this video. Have you had a similar experience to this? Is this going to help you from having a similar experience to this? The answer is yes. Hopefully it should bring a little awareness so that when you are out there dipping and doing it and navigating a fucked up dating world, if I do say so myself, you think about some of these words because I went through it so that hopefully you don't have to, okay? If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe. We're building a little family, little community over here. We talk about all kinds of things, but you know, we talk about a lot of this kind of stuff. And like the video, please, so that I can get out there to the internets and we can keep building our little family, our little community. I love what we've got going on so far, okay? All right, I'm gonna head out of here because I have to get ready to go dash. I'm gonna do a video about that because, girl, I've learned so much from door dashing, like just about people, about consumerism, and I wanna talk about it. So that's coming soon too, okay? All right, love you all, and I will talk to you soon.